Welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. So I'm pre-filming this. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Pre-filming this because I'm going to be traveling over the next couple of days. Bear is behind me, currently sulking. He'll probably pop in and out. And I've just made my cup of coffee and I thought I would get ready with you this morning. I filmed this as like a haul previously, and then after I filmed the decluttering video that's going up today, I thought I needed to do something a little bit different. So I've kind of had a couple of days to play with some of these products. I did get my brows tinted yesterday, which is a first for me. I've never done that, so they look a lot more filled in to start with, so I'm interested to see how that kind of plays out. And I also kind of wanted to test some of the things with the Crunchi Foundation and talk you through that that I've noticed over the past couple of days of using it. So yeah, I've washed my face, I have my cup of coffee. There's a little bit of piano playing in the background right now because I just needed something to cut down the buzz, and let's get started. Okay, first things first, same thing I always use is my Coola Dawn Patrol primer. Now, I've mentioned before that when this thing gets to the bottom, it's kind of terrible about getting it out. So we're at that place now where I am scraping it out. This is my second bottle. I mentioned that I'd already purchased a backup in my video, but I didn't mention that like this is the third bottle that I've gone through. So pretty much ever since I switched over to this earlier this year, I haven't used anything else. I'm gonna use my Crunchi Foundation because I've been using my Crunchi Foundation. I did try it with like putting the concealer on underneath. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna do like a half and half today. So we're gonna do one side with the brush application, and then we're gonna do one side with the Real Techniques. Because I haven't tried that yet, and I feel like one of the things that I heard Amanda from Organic Bunny talking about was that if you don't like it and you haven't tried the brush, give the brush a try. So I actually really like the brush, and I normally apply everything with the Beauty Blender or the Real Technique sponge, whatever you want to call it. But that's one half done. It definitely looks, you can see the difference, like not as red, a lot smoother. So let's see if using it this way is nice. So I did like one pump on the other side. We'll see if I need as much over here. I feel like it definitely feels more dewy on this side, obviously because I'm applying it with a sponge and it's a bit wetter, but I don't really see a crazy difference in application. With this lighting, I can't really tell. So I guess it's kind of up to you, but it's not noticeable enough that I don't like it. I don't think. Let's see. Does that do anything different? No, not really. So I guess it's up to you, but I think it applies just as well with the Beauty Blender. So to each their own. Alright, we're gonna go in with a bit of Fitglow and kind of cover everything up. I definitely still need to get the lighter version of this for like under my eyes. There's not a lot of product that comes out when you pull the wand out, but you really don't need that much. Like I'm dotting a little bit here and there, but it all blends out pretty well. Normally I would like go in and blend everything with the Beauty Blender, but I've actually been blending this guy in with the brush. I still have a burn mark up there. I haven't really been covering it too much, but definitely whacked myself in the head with a curling iron the other day. Also can feel a hair on my nose. Yep. It's one of those light ones you can't see. Okay, so RMS Uncover Up Concealer in 00 under the eyes. This one, my room is not super regulated by the air conditioning and the heat in the house. I'll be honest, our house is older and I don't really have insulation in the walls of my room, so I can always kind of tell what's going on based on how glistening this is. So today it's not so glistening because it's a whopping like 42 degrees outside right now, and my room is a bit cold. So I've been using this for months. It's not a heavy concealer by any means, but I don't tend to do heavier concealers under my eyes unless I'm taking photos or have a long day of filming, or if I'm somewhere where I just really feel like I'm gonna need that for the day. So the RMS works really well for me. I've heard girls kind of equate it to using Glossier's stretch concealer, but I haven't tried that, so I would not know. And then I'm going to set my under eye with my Lilah B original powder. I've clearly loved and used this one. And I just kind of push and pat that in, mostly because I will get creasy under my eye, and then that way I don't have to worry about that happening. I normally end up having to touch that up a little bit by the end, but I also want to push it on top. Bear is letting himself in. Push it on top to kind of give my eyeshadow a base in a moment. Okay, so that's on. Now the one thing I have noticed with this foundation, I mentioned it in a vlog a couple of days ago, is that it tends to get, I guess, a little more oily than what I'm used to. So it's been a really long time since I've set anything with powder, and I'm not going through a lot, and I'm using a giant powder brush from Real Techniques because I'm so on the edge of this and I'm trying to use it up because I haven't got anything new. But I just kind of want to do a light dusting around my face because I have noticed that I tend to get dewier and dewier throughout the day, and I'm not really a greasy person. So like I said, if you are on the greasier scale, oilier scale, however you want to like consider yourself, I would be cautious of that. Definitely set it with powder, but if you have dry skin, then you shouldn't have any issues with it. And then we're gonna go in with the Plume Brow. I have Golden Silk. Now it's pretty close to the Eco Brow one. Eco Brow's there, Plume's there. It's just slightly different in shade, so I guess it just depends on your personal preference. I honestly got Plume because I just really wanted to try it. I felt like everybody was talking about it, and because places like Anthropologie and Free People tend to stock some of this stuff, you can get it at the discount for Black Friday. So they had like the better discounts on some of the things that I wanted to try, so I ended up picking up a few things I didn't think I was gonna get because I found a discount for them. So I'm actually not having to do much here, other than like give the top a little bit, but she did a really good job at kind of giving me a good shape again, and it helps that they're tinted. So I have a little bald patch in like the front of my eyebrow that I like to try to fill in. But yeah, if you have a lot of like lighter hairs sparsed in throughout your brows, I tend to have a lot of lighter hairs around my brows, but it's not like my brows have a ton of lighter hairs in them. But if you did, you definitely might consider getting them tinted, because it definitely kind of gives you more of a foundation to work with because they're all colored. So I really enjoy it. I like that they're kind of there, and it's nice to know that your face looks semi put together if you want to go out without makeup. Okay. So that's fairly well done. It could be a little bit better, but I think at this point I would probably just spend like 20 minutes playing with them rather than actually getting anywhere with it. So I am gonna do the classic Alana trick, kind of run my brush through it just to lighten up the front so it's not like so angry eyebrow. Now, I mentioned that with this Lolo palette, It's not super pigmented. So if you aren't into like heavier eyeshadows for everyday use, this guy is great. No, I haven't tried to build it up or anything, so there's nothing crazy going on with that. But I am gonna kind of go all over the base with this color right here. And I'm gonna keep this eye look really simple. I did it yesterday and I really liked it. Like I said, it's just very simple. I tend to like a bit more shimmer though, so I've been keeping my eye on potential replacements for those colors that like I go and gravitate towards, because my Steal It Kitten is what I reach for when I want something that's got needs a little more color in it. So again, I just did like a light dusting. Normally I would do a transition color in the crease, but I don't even know if I actually need that today. We can always do it for the sake of saying we did it. So this little brown color right there, we'll go on with that. See what it looks like. So like I said, there's not much pigment to that. Like I'm going in and I'm not noticing too much of a difference. Now I guess I could spend 5 minutes seeing if it would build up. I don't really know. It's super light, and I don't really see much of a difference if I'm honest. But I am gonna go in with this darker shadow right here as kind of my actual crease color. So I guess if you're not really comfortable with makeup, or like you like to do looks but you're always afraid of it being too bold, this is a good palette, because you have to really work to it. Can be really pigmented, and then when you start to use it, you're really like overwhelmed because you put it in and you're like, oh crap, now what do I do with this? So this looks like it's building a little bit, but it's not getting nearly as dark as you would think that it would get. So that's there. I need to kind of clean this outer edge and kind of tweak the edges, because we are not matching by any means today. So I think we're mostly there. It's really hard to tell with this lighting. All right, so I do not have a clean eyeliner yet, and I have to get really up close and personal with this. But I am gonna use my Lilah Stay All Day, because that's what I still have. I feel like it all looks like it's blended out. My eyeliner is definitely thicker than I wanted it to be. It was one of those days where you start to do it and then it just gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and Bear has brought himself back in the room. He can open the doors, so you just kind of let him do what he wants to do. Okay, bronzer. Now the first day that I used this Vapour Shimmer bronzer, I wasn't too sure about it. I think you kind of have to figure out how to blend it for yourself, but like I said, I do want to look at the like stick foundations this weekend and see if those are something I'm interested in as like an option, but we'll see. But I do like this. I love ones of these that are actually pigmented enough and work, simply because they're amazing for travel. And then I'm gonna take my Real Techniques stipple brush and literally just kind of push it in. I don't want to move anything around too much, so I'm not gonna like buff it in. I'm just going to kind of push it in, at least as far as my cheeks go, because that is where I currently have concealer on, and I have like acne scars still there at the moment, so I don't want to uplift everything, and I can't super tell with this lighting. It doesn't look like it's done anything crazy, but I am gonna go in with my Lolo Sculpt Duo and kind of warm that up. if I want like extra warmth, I'm going to use my blush brush from Real Techniques as well. If I wanted like extra warmth, I would go in and add my Lilah Be Bronzed, but this tends to be good, and I always go down the neck a little bit with it. Although I think I'm gonna pull on the line and wear a turtleneck today. So yeah, I go around the face just to give some warmth to whatever's going on. Make myself not feel so pale in the winter. But I've actually been loving this combo. It's definitely not showing up as well right here, but I am enjoying it. And then I do use the highlighter in here. And I kind of go crazy with highlighter. Not always put my mascara on last. Personal preferences. And I don't always drop my makeup brushes. I definitely dropped, I think it was my blush brush and my coffee the other day. That's not fun. That's not how you want to start your morning. So I always go a little crazy with this and just kind of go everywhere. And definitely do that side application so you can see how it's going to hit the light. Come in up here with a little bit of it. Now there are a couple of like blushes or brushes you can use. This is also a good highlighting brush. Well, that's a setting brush, but you could use it as a highlighting brush. There are a few others that work really well for highlighting. I just tend to reach for this one. When I originally got it, I think I'd been using a different one for so long, but there's a bit more subtlety to this for me, so I really like it. And like I said, I literally just go everywhere with it. I'm a bit crazy with highlighter. And then on top of that, we're gonna add in a wee bit of blush. Now, I have been using my Antonym, I still don't know how to say it, rose blush, and this is actually really pigmented. So I like to blow a little off, because otherwise I will dot my face, like you can see it right there. I end up dotting my face in a way where you can see the brush mark. So I normally have to kind of go all over with it, just kind of warm up my cheeks. And then I definitely do a dusting of that over top, just to get rid of any of the like actual like brush dots that I seem to acquire under my face. So I think everything's good there. We're gonna go in with mascara. I have been using the same combo for forever. Dior primer and the Giorgio Armani. I really like this mascara. It took me forever to try it, but I need to get up close and personal with this, so I'm gonna do that and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and my hair looks a little crazy because I just put my sweater on, but I did go ahead and kind of fix that. I try to put whatever clothes on that I'm gonna wear, at least top-wise, before I do my lip, because I'm notorious for getting red lip on everything. So I have been using two different kind of combinations over the last couple of days. I have been using the Zuzu Luxe Port liner with the Fitglow in Ever, and then I've also been using Gabriel the red liner with the Kosas lipstick Electra. So that's what I'm going to use today, because I'm wearing planning on wearing these guys today to go with this outfit. So I feel like the red is much more festive with my full outfit, so we're gonna go red, which that's me, I kind of wear red all the time, so gonna line them. I'm gonna pull out this tiny mirror because otherwise I have to like shove myself up against the camera. That doesn't really help you guys. Okay, so I always do like full on liner with this just because it makes everything last longer. And I'm getting to the point where this needs to be sharpened, but I've been really liking this so far. Since I've been using it, I feel like it's a really solid red liner. And then let me grab the right lipstick. These have like a little magnetic cap, so once you kind of try to shut them, they really want to shut. I definitely need to touch that up. So lay down, please. Lay down, please. Down. Thank you. Sometimes I will go in with a little bit of concealer, depending. So I'm going to put a dot of that on the back of my hand. Take my concealer brush and kind of fix anything. And if on days like today where I'm extra struggling, we bust out a Q-tip, because I am extra struggling. It's not perfect, but it's probably as close to perfect as I'm gonna get this morning. I am going to set it with my Osea Sea Minerals Mist. Sometimes I will set it with my Coola one. This definitely, it has sunscreen in it and it's a bit more powdery. Apparently we have issues holding things today. But I have the sunscreen in my like under stuff today and I'm not too worried about it. So I'm gonna do a little spritz of this today, simply because it is cold outside and I want to make sure that my skin is getting that extra moisture. But yeah, there we have it. So I will list all of the products I use in the description box below. Hopefully this video was moderately helpful for you guys. Ooh, sorry guys, can feel that near my eyeballs right now. Whew, don't know what's going on. Okay, yoga breathing changes your life. Anytime I get nauseous or have any like random pains like that, I'm telling you, like taking a couple of like inhale exhale deep breaths, I always seem to be able to like work through it a lot quicker, like get your mind off of it. Sometimes it helps. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will link everything down below. I'm going to go on the hunt for some other products this weekend that we can use and try. But if there's anything specific you want to see, any specific looks questions that you have, let me know that in the comments below. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for another Vlogmas video. When this one goes live, I will be on my way to Atlanta. So we will be doing all the fun, festive Atlanta things this weekend. And this little one can hang out with Grandma and Grandpa. So I love you guys. You matter to me. And I will see you all in tomorrow's video.